Collaboration is never easy, and the catalyst in this case was the opportunity to purchase these group of orchards. These orchards were owned by the Fleming Family Trust, and we're talking about the Ian Fleming, the author of 007 James Bond. And in 2018, they decided to put these orchards to market in their entirety. That made the size of the portfolio around about $70 million. Colleen Neville, as the CEO of Tiarawa Group Holdings, who already had some exposure to kiwifruit, she was approached by the real estate agents to see whether Tiarawa had an interest. At the end of the day, we've ended up with the iwi Collective owning this investment. That was a courageous investment by Rotomā and Ngāti because they hadn't had any exposure to kiwifruit before. It has proven probably to be a venture that's exceeded anyone's expectations, including mine. You look at the growth from 2018 to today, it's quite phenomenal. It's more than double.
When it came to the time for us to actually sign on that dotted line, it was a very scary moment because at the time for Rotomā, and it still is one of our biggest investment opportunities from a financial perspective. So it's provided an opportunity for our kids not to just be in the pack house and in the orchards, which is awesome, but to also be supervisors, to be managers, and one day CEOs of all these bigger companies.
We've got 4 key values that really drive everything we do. I think it's critical that we actually live those. And so that's what we try and do amongst the 3 of us as our shareholders, and having the independent directors helps keep us on track too when we need to. For rōpū that are thinking about working together, it's not something that you can just walk into a room and it happens. You do have to take the time to respect each other, the backgrounds and histories that we have. So, with Tiarawa Group Holdings, with Rotomā, the incorporation, and with Ngāti it's important for all of us to make sure that we cherish those relationships and that we work on those.
Matai Pacific is 225 hectares total. We operate out of Paengaroa and Te Puke, the heart of kiwifruit country. Our scale now is just over 100 canopy hectares. We have had a long affiliation with EHC management under Tom Heaney and his team. Tom's got whakapapa with the whenua. He was the original orchard manager that developed these taonga, these orchards, which we have the opportunity of being the kaitiaki of today. At peak would be between 250 and 300 people on our orchards. That's a core group of about 97 staff attached to Matai Pacific throughout the year, so not a small operation by any means. 1.6 million trays is not easy to get through, but because of the geographical spread of our orchards, we're able to start the season early with our coachman, with Sun Gold leading through our Pacific Gold early start, and then into our gold orchards at altitude finishing with green. So we've got a great operational spread which de-risks our organisation. Our workforce is made up of locals from Te Puke, from Paengaroa. The kiwifruit industry is an attractive industry for Māori, and we deserve to participate in areas that aren't just picking and packing the fruit, but actually leading these organisations in the future. We've participated in industry cutting research and native pollinator programs, which has sort of set the industry benchmark for native planting next to kiwifruit orchards. So since inception, Matai Pacific has increased its overall volume by 1/3, but its value by almost 3 times. And so that's a reflection of our performance on the orchard. It's a reflection of our capacity to understand and manage our costs and ultimately create the value returns which support the 20 million in cash distributions to our shareholders. We've a policy of no sprays underneath our orchards. So we mow, we hand weed. It does cost more, especially of an organisation of scale, but you don't always do what's the most cost efficient, you do what's right. For the future, our target is to double down on our carbon, our GHG emissions and footprint, but also to reinvest some of our pūtea back into these initiatives that make the land more healthy. Challenges in the short term, we're looking at one at the moment in regards to the geopolitical environment that's affecting all of us, but also challenges from other countries wanting to grow kiwifruit to get their slice of of the pie. So competition is going to be a reality. What they don't have is they don't have the natural advantages that we have here in Aotearoa. We do grow the best kiwi fruit. It is the most productive. We have to look after it.
Matai Pacific is a really high-performing Māori kiwi fruit orchard business. One of the things that it's very strong on is partnerships and an aspiration to actually deliver to the growth of the wider Māori kiwi fruit business. The partnerships that they're developing, which are really important, are strongly based on trust, on humility and on tikanga. And that willingness to share openly is a real feature in their operation, combined with strong performance in kiwi fruit growing and in care for nature and people.